Bring in our attorney guests as we're waiting to see what exactly is happening, because we were just told to move our cameras away from the defense table, so we're not going to be showing these conversations. Our camera's now fixated on the ceiling. All right, I'll let you know what happens. For some final thoughts, let's bring in Giovanni Diaz and Michael Gottlieb. Okay, tell me both what you gentlemen are thinking about as we're getting ready for the defense case to start up here. Giovanni.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see how the defense is going to start framing this. I mean, we're always curious to see whether or not the defendant is actually going to testify. I think in the overwhelming majority of cases, if the defense puts on the case and they're satisfied with the case, she's not going to testify, unless they feel, you know, as the case goes on, that her testimony really would be helpful. And that, you know, it will somehow sway the jury. But I think they're going to try to avoid that at all costs. You know, putting a 14-year-old on the stand could be dangerous, and also there could be some ethical issues about that as well. You know, so it'd be interesting to see what that ultimate decision is going to be. But I highly doubt that they're going to have her testify.
I agree with you, Giovanni. I think it'd be really foolish to have her get up there, because she seems very polite. She's well-spoken. The little bit we've heard from her, I don't think she can help herself. I've got some more information for you both. Apparently, the reason why we had to stop filming was because we've got another juvenile witness. So the first defense witness is a juvenile, just going by the initials SK. And so we'll continue to monitor our producer notes. But Michael Gottlieb, I want to get your final thoughts. Tell us what you're thinking about, please, as we get ready for the defense case.
Yeah, so it's always a difficult decision as to whether you put a defendant on, whether they're a juvenile or an adult. I think here, if you look at her demeanor in court when she's plugging her ears and she doesn't want to hear the gunshots, she's 14 years old, she's pimple-faced, you know, you want to show that to the jury so that they have some sympathy for her. At the same point in time, Julie, like you said, you know, she knows the number of bullets in the gun, but she doesn't appreciate the nature and consequences of her actions because she asked her friend to come over and see it. So I agree with Giovanni. If the doctors can prove that point, that she could not appreciate the wrongfulness of her crime and the nature of her actions, then don't put her on. But there are advantages to putting on such a young, sympathetic person who was insane at the time but is not insane now. So her attitude and demeanor can be different today because that sanity is gone. That insanity, rather, is gone. She's sane today. And as you also said, Julianne, my final thought is she's very well coached. So maybe they take a gamble.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure everybody would like to hear from her, Michael, right? I'm sure, I think all of America, and really people around the world, we have a viewing audience abroad as well. And when you see this innocent-looking child and you hear the allegations, it is really, really stunning, as we know. So perhaps we'll see. And the first couple notes coming in are that this is a friend from her engineering class. And he's talking about the relationship that she had with her mom, and saying that it was a very good relationship. So we'll get more notes from our producer, Michael Gottlieb, Giovanni Diaz. Thank you both so much for coming on the program today. We'll see you both soon.